Oh my gosh, look at all that life I lost. Good thing I got it back in this battle of wits. Oh my god. I lost the battle, but I won the war. For you to actually finish that segment and not get all of your life back, you would have to lose so many times. Like, God, that section's stupid. I mean, this section's cool, but the penalty system is stupid. Nah. You arrested Kay even when you knew of the existence of the true culprit? Don't toy with me. There is no way such an act would be tolerated. You sure are green, you know. That's what a prosecutor is supposed to do. Screw you, man. All the old people in the law seem to be like, you know, jerks to some extent. Even bad was going behind the law. Like, everybody, once they get old enough, starts taking it into their own hands. Either they go evil, or they try to be cool like bad. But either way, like, man, the youngins are always green, but, like, the whole idea is we want to change the system, kind of. So, make it better, but, meh. So wait, you said that's what a prosecutor is supposed to do. Are you a prosecutor then? Like, just... It'll all work out fine if we make her guilty. What? Screw you, man. Don't even say anything like that ever. Who would desire such a resolution? The stupid PIC, the same one that wants, Knightley to have, tried to assassinate the dude instead of, to kill her. The president. If I had to say, maybe the PIC, and also maybe me, you know. When I heard your words just now, I could barely hold back my tears, you know. I was just so splendid, you see, and it burns me up inside. I'm not the most perfect piece of work, you know, so I can't forgive such usefulness. Usefulness? Youthfulness. More usefulness. You say the truth is important, but you know, once you know the real value the truth holds, I wonder if you can still say the same thing. What are you trying to say? When you get to where I am, you can just create your own truths anytime you want. Shut up! There's all the stupid old people getting to their high positions, acting high and mighty. We've dealt with people like you before. Gant, Manfred, the dude from the first AAI who was the ambassador dude, and he was actually the ringleader of the organization whose name escapes me. That guy too. But in the end, we crushed all of them. Crush you too. Kay Faraday's the culprit. That was a truth that I simply manufactured out of thin air. No. Good, very good. That face, that expression. You're such a desperate one, you see. That's why I really wanted to bully you, you know. You see, even if you know the truth, there's simply nothing you can do. And that's the real value of truth. So shocking that it's to die for, you know. Why don't you pursue the true culprit? How much of the truth do you know? Do you understand now? The truth that you believe in is worthless, you see. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Powerless former prosecutor? You! Oh, scary, scary. You know, I guess the friends of a heinous criminal are also quite heinous themselves. Please, you! And like this, you see, one more person will disappear before me. Ah, here comes the waterworks. These tears of mine just won't stop, you know. I'm so sad for the fate that'll befall you. Everything will be decided in today's deliberation. Something big's gonna go down there. Like, we're gonna have some big turnabout. There has to be. Like, where's this case going? If there is a true culprit, and it's not Blaze, I have no idea. Because, like, I doubt they'd care much if it was one of the Die Young people. They'd probably only care if it was the PIC, I would think. Or somebody related to them. And we don't really know of anyone related to the PIC other than the DeBesties and Justine. And I doubt it would end up being Justine, or especially not Sebastian. So, I really don't know. Kay's innocence. I will definitely prove it. Is it to be continued? No, not yet. Halada, why is she here? Really? She needs to be here? Oh, look at all the old farts. Oh, from left to right. We got one that looks like a... Okay, let's look at these. Okay, so we got one here. He looks like a happy-faced, judge guy. He looks kind of like the regular judge, but then, like, his face is fatter, sort of. And he's lacking some of the magnificent beard. Then we got this guy who just looks like, oh, yes, quiet, yes, quiet. And he's like, this guy looks kind of the same, but with glasses. And this guy looks a bit more older and refined. He's like, oh, yes, and I think that might even be a girl. And she's like, yes. And this guy over here looks like he might be kind of, Brock looking, if we could see more of him. Brock, but older, like an old Brock. Like, oh, yeah, I'm Brock from... Anyways. 10 members are present. The quorum has been met. From here on out, let the council begin. Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth, his aptitude and ability as a prosecutor. Let our members discuss this matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law. A clear conscience. Don't make me laugh. Courtney, please give us your report. On April 5th, Prosecutor Edgeworth carried out an illegal investigation and resisted arrest. April 5th. You're talking about the one that happened just now, right? Okay, but, I mean, why were you on my case from before? You gotta bring that up, I would think. He was arrested by 2 of our members who caught him in the act, myself and Blaise DeBestie. Prosecutor Edgeworth disrupted the investigation of attorney Jill Crane's murder. He claims that the culprit, Kay Faraday, was arrested without sufficient evidence. Even now, his claim remains unchanged. Tell us more about the murder incident. On April 5th, the victim's body was found here in the PIC meeting room. Regarding the details... I, Sebastian DeBestie, the best prosecutor, will enlighten you! Really? Blaise probably does not want that happening. His son could just fuck the whole thing up. And that's probably what's gonna happen. His son's probably gonna be the one to take him down. Either knowingly or unknowingly. The prosecutor in charge, Sebastian DeBestie, will explain the rest of the details. The murder happened on the night of April 4th. The victim was one Jill Crane. On the same night, a black market auction was being held in this very meeting room. And a lot of the guests were the same members of the PIC. I mean, oh, what? I wasn't supposed to say that? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Daddy. I rehearsed the script, I swear I did. I guess Miss Crane was taking part in the auction. Yup. The murder occurred in the middle of the auction, did it not? When Miss Crane was found, she was dressed like the conductor of the auction. However, based on the fact that the auction continued after the murder occurred... Kinda sounds weird talking as DeBestie with a normal voice. Like, when he's screaming, the voice works, but when he's talking, it sounds a bit weird, but nah. Yeah, based on the fact that the auction continued after the murder occurred, I deduced that Miss Crane could not have been the conductor. You weren't the one who made that decision. Sebastian, please show everything the basis for the arrest of the culprit. Everyone the basis for the arrest. Everything the everyone. You got it, Justine! Faraday was unable to bear the weight of her good conscience. I believe you mean her guilty conscience. Yes, it was her guilty conscience that drove her to confess the crime, of course. I'm DeBestie, so I'm always the best. According to her confession, on the roof of this building, she met a figure in a red raincoat on the viewing platform. Quiet. So Crane was wearing a red raincoat? Yes, that's correct. The culprit used the conductor's clothes as a red herring to mislead us. Oh, really? At the time of the murder, Miss Crane was wearing a red raincoat. It was I who discovered the raincoat near this building. Oh, really? He did? I'm sure it was the forensics team who found it. To be precise, it was the forensics team under Sebastian's orders who discovered it. I thought as much! According to the blood analysis, the person in the red raincoat and Miss Crane were the same person! Quite! This decisive evidence is the culprit's own confession! She testified that she killed her! That's right, the culprit is Kay Faraday. It couldn't have been anyone else but her! Is this the point where I get to object and use testimony and shit? Well then, Edgeworth, if you have any objections, let's hear them. I have no objections. Oh, really? I see, I see. Seems all the fight's gone out of you after your little overnight stay. Oh? I have no objections to your claim that I investigated illegally. I admit to that. Ah, However, I object to the claim that Kay is the culprit. I will testify that Sebastian's investigation was fair and just. Aha! Of course it was, Justine! Don't you know that I'm the fairest of them all? Edgeworth, my boy, despite how things may seem, I actually kinda like you. If, and this is just an if, you see, if you were to withdraw your objection, you might be sitting on this side of the bench tomorrow. Wow, really? You want me on that team? Sorry, maybe a few years back I would have joined your team, like, right away. But now, fuck your team, I don't want them. I'll ask you one more time, Edgeworth. Do you have any objections? Sorry, but I'm not willing to sell out my friends for a better place in life. Not anymore. Don't take me for a fool. I'll advise you to watch what you say. This man is the one who should watch what he's saying. I'm talking about the case, not about a chair. I demand a testimony. By all means, let me hear it. I want to know how the PIC understands this case. Testimony from us, eh? Fine then, if that's what it takes to make you happy. Courtney, give him the materials from the investigation. Sir, but that's... It's the end of the line for him. I'll let him go out with a blaze of glory. If you insist, Mr. Chairman. Received evidence from Judge Courtney. Oh boy. Why don't we have Courtney give the testimony? Because you know she's so fucking good at it. And by that I mean she's terrible! You know, it'd be funny if they added a piece or two of evidence in here that wasn't in here before to just try and, like, trip you up. Like, what the fuck is this doing here? Yeah. I have no objections. She's probably the easiest to manipulate anyways. At least the easiest within reason. With the bestie, they'd know he'd suck. Mr. Edgeworth. Don't worry, Kay. You just watch from over there. Bring it on, Justine Court, bitch. Bitchney. Just bitch. Just bitch. That's all there is to it. Just bitch. Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for auction. You believe that she left her seat after winning the bid for it. The only exit from the storeroom is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Miss Crane went to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. That was how she met her end. That concludes my summary of the case. The red raincoat was up for auction. Is that a fact? It's quite likely. The red raincoat has been a piece of evidence. Ah. In the assassination attempt of the president of Zhangfa. It is the same raincoat. Okay, good to know. As you know well, originally, it should have been stored in an appropriate place. All the frickin' evidence related to me was on that frickin' display. Jeez. But when I asked about it, I learned that it went missing. Sure it did. There's no way this Floor 51 bullshit has been going on without you knowing. Or at least not some of the members of the PIC knowing. Some of them had to know. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe you're a nice person at heart. I mean, you're a bitch, but maybe you're a nice person at heart. I don't know. But, you know, bitch with the heart of gold. But, some people in the PIC, namely Blaze, were probably, okay with the smuggling thing. And it somehow made its way to the black market auction, one floor above. And that was held in this very freaking room. I don't buy it. Certainly a natural conclusion. My, well done, Courtney. Your explanation is as clear as ever. Really? Her explanations usually aren't that good. Fucking smug attitude. I fucking hate that smug attitude. I'm talking about, Courtney. Blaze is cool. He's a cool enemy. But Courtney's just a fucking bitch. I'm much obliged. Prosecutor Edgeworth, we concede defeat now? No. Sorry, but I don't plan on it. I see. I'm relieved. Relieved? What does she mean? Since when did... What, does she think I have potential and she doesn't want me to give up just yet? She'd be saddened? Like, I don't know. Come to think of it, her reason for questioning me yesterday remains a mystery. What, does she believe I'm right? Does she, is she have a hidden heart of gold and she thinks that the PIC is in on this shit and she wants to take them down? Maybe. I mean, maybe she's been working as a mole from the inside this whole time. She could have been less bitchy if that was the case, but maybe that was the idea, you know, to betray, your enemy. Start by betraying your would-be friends? Just what is she thinking? Maybe that's it. That would give her some much-needed character development. Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for auction. You believe that she left her seat after winning the bid for it. Okay. Ugh, yawn. The only exit from the storeroom is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Okay. Miss Crane went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. Fuck you! That was how she met her end, and that concludes my summary of the case. The victim encountered the culprit on top of the roof, and the crime occurred there. Ugh, I'm tired, I guess. Oh. According to her reasoning, the murder took place at the viewing platform. Was that really the case? Some piece of evidence must tell the whole story behind it. To try looking again. Okay. Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer. Truth. Red raincoat was one of the items up for auction. Possibly. We believe that she left her seat after winning the bid for it. Sure. The only exit from the storm is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Truth. Miss Crane went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. Probably a lie. That was how she met her end, and that concludes my summary of the case. Went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked. Why would Kay do such a thing? We intend to question her about that later. Later? That seems to be your favorite time for interrogations. If the culprit was aware that the customers were required to exit from the hatch, it would have been easy to lie in wait for an ambush. Miss Crane was attacked when she was leaving the hatch. Truth. Probably. Wait a second, no! Miss Crane went out of the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. No. That's untrue, right? Because of, don't we have evidence to contradict this? Let me just look through this shit again. Like, some of this stuff. Like, Lotta's photo. Photo was taken by Lotta after the conductor and Babadoo. Bloodstain was found. Bloodstain, Joe Reps. Killer. Bloodstain was found inside. Meeting room. Was it left behind to hide the storm's existence? Worn by the victim. The victim's fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. Fingerprints and blood. Out of the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. So... no, I had to try it. Judge Courtney, could you take a look at this piece of evidence? I'm afraid I cannot accept that piece of evidence. I do not believe it has any relation to my testimony. It's because you're a fucking bitch! She's nothing like Sebastian. She's nothing like Sebastian. No, she's stupider than Sebastian. Well, no, that's untrue. That's usually untrue, but there are some times where she says things that sound even dumber than what Sebastian says. She was attacked by Kay Faraday. Didn't I do this already? Wait, didn't I do this? Oops, I did this already. Oops. Okay, let's do this one then.